Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud. Welcome back to another update explained video. Today we'll be going through Sim Update 2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, including new content and the positives and negatives of this update, so stay tuned. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I do flight sim videos, flight training videos, trip reports and a lot more, so if you love everything about aviation, you've certainly come to the right place. Now just last night, Microsoft released Sim Update 2 for the Flight Simulator, and I have to say it's been a mixed bag for me, but overall it's pretty good. I'll be running into all of the new content, bugs, glitches, problems I had with it, and everything in between, so stay tuned. Okay, so as we're taking off here from Innsbruck, I should say, if you open up Flight Simulator and you find it slow to load, or you've got problems with stability and performance, then I recommend going into Community File and deleting all of the add-ons in there, or just moving them to another file, so you can work out what one is causing the issues. This is simply because sometimes the add-ons haven't been updated, so there may be a few in your file that are negatively affecting the sim. At least this was my case anyway. But as well as this, the A320NX stable version doesn't work straight away, so I recommend swapping over to the developer version. Okay, so first of all, massive news, VR has been released for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't actually have a VR headset, so I can't really show this off myself, so I've put a clip on the screen now of someone trying out VR, and I have to say it looks very good. From my view, it's an absolute performance eater. I think it cuts your FPS by half, so watch out for that one. But people are saying it's fantastic, and it is very tempting for me to invest in a VR headset. We'll just have to see what the future can hold for that one, hey. Virtual reality is available to all users for free for all OpenXR headsets. You've got to visit the VR options menu in-game to enable the feature, of course. That kind of comes as a given. On top of this, a nice little surprise, they've added 2 training missions for the A320 teaching you how to take off and land. Now I don't understand why they didn't release this at the start, because I think the A320 is the most popular aircraft flown, so it doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, you've got 2 missions now in case you were stuck. Live weather has greatly improved, as you guys can see, and while it's not listed on the changelog, clouds have been swapped back to before the 5th little update, so they look very good now. You can see we've lost a lot of pixelation. Live weather is absolutely amazing, it's back to its good old self. I know there's been some turbulence with live weather over the last few months, but I seem to have sorted it out and it looks pretty good now. All default, I'm not using Rex Weather Force or anything. Clouds look absolutely stunning, and thank goodness for no pixelation. They've also added snow and ice to live weather, which is fantastic. I'm here at Innsbruck at the moment, not taking off from Innsbruck, and you can see we've got snow-capped mountains, and when we were on the ground we did have a little bit of snow as well. Looking very nice, means you don't have to put these preset of snow on. Saves a lot of time, and of course a lot more realistic, because if you're in a snowy area and it's not snowing, then that is not very good. There's also 30 new Aviator Club liveries for all of the aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator, including the premium deluxe aircraft such as the 787. This is the Aviator Club livery on the A320, looking very nice, I have to say. If you were an alpha or beta tester, you would have received a special test pilot livery, which I thought is a nice little touch, although I'm not too sure why they didn't bring it out earlier, but I guess they're focusing on other things. Moving on to performance and stability, I haven't seen a massive performance boost, although noticeably there is less stuttering, so maybe they've done something with that. On top of that, the ATC memory footprint has been optimised, so if you've got a low memory PC, that may benefit you, although I don't imagine there's too much of an effect from ATC. They've fixed ATC giving you the wrong altitude if your first approach waypoint has no altitude descriptor. This means it's more unlikely that you will be asked to climb to 20,000 feet when you're approaching an airport. I know this is a common issue for me, and it means often I have to ignore ATC. But now with this, hopefully it will stop them from doing that, although I haven't tried it out fully yet. I thought I'd show you guys the VR menu here. You can see, it looks very nice, you can sort out all your stuff. I've got no clue what they're going on about, if I'm being completely honest, because I don't have a VR headset, but it looks great. You can see you can also swap over from PC to VR settings, and this is because VR eats away at your performance, so you'll want to turn your settings down. My goodness, does this look beautiful, but sadly an issue I've been facing is that the 747-8 can crash on loading up, so I can't feature it in this video. It was actually the first aircraft I tested and it seemed to work pretty fine on there, but ever since then I haven't been able to access it, so there is a problem. Not too sure what's happened there. Maybe it's an add-on I've installed and haven't deleted yet, but I'm not too sure. Watch out if you love to fly the 747-8 because apparently it's quite unstable. So there is a massive issue that may ruin this update for some people, and it's completely understandable. But aside from that, we've got a new content manager menu, which may be a good thing for some. And in tutorials, they've added visual help, which highlights instruments to help you guys out if you're starting up. Moving into sound, we've got sound effects updated for Textron or Cessna aircraft on the ground, and of course, we've got seatbelt sign noises in the Airliners, a fantastic little addition that put a smile on my face. Now we've had it on the fly-by-wire version for quite a while, but if you didn't have that, then in the default aircraft you now got passenger sign sounds. Bit of a tongue twister there, but it's a very nice addition. Now I've swapped over to night for a very good reason here. They've reduced the density of lights on secondary roads in the countryside. I think this is a fantastic addition. It makes the roads look a lot more realistic because especially where I live there's not many streetlights on the roads. You'd be lucky to find one in some places. You can see down below, while there's plenty of roads here, there is very few streetlights. A fantastic change that was really well needed, to be fair. Increases the realism if you guys like to do some night countryside flying, which I know quite a few people do. On top of this, they've fixed some flickering with clouds or sun flare with certain GPUs. Again, if you were experiencing those issues, that would be a welcome update. Moving into aircraft fixes, there is a bunch, and I mean a lot. There is plenty of fixes with the autopilot flight model and FMC in the 747, 787 and A320. Sadly, I can't test the 747 because, well, it doesn't work. There seems to be a bug with it that stops me from being able to work with it. In Boeing Airliners, they fixed various issues in the FMC, and in the FMC they've added the progress page. I'm really happy with this. It means I can finally tell my viewers how long we've got left on a stream. Really like it, and they give you 2 top of descent as well. Everything you need in there, they're really working on it. It's a fantastic little update. They've also updated and fixed LNAV. So it should follow your waypoints, which you know is the point of LNAV. Basically, they've updated the FMC, sorted out parts of the autopilot, and got rid of plenty of bugs regarding the navigation system as a whole. Really needed, so it's a welcome update, I have to say. On top of this, something I noticed is that the flight model feels a lot more stable. While it still does that weird thing where it can float a bit upon landing even when it shouldn't float, that seems to be reduced now. It makes it a bit easier to land. The aircraft feels a lot more stable and a lot heavier to handle, which I quite like because it is a large airliner. It doesn't blow around in the wind as much, although sometimes I find it can drift off to the right. They seem to have fixed quite a bit regarding the flight model and navigation system of the airliners. The whole list is down below. There is buckets of fixes and updates to the 787, 747 and A320. I can't go through them all today because I'd be here forever. But even in the A320 there is plenty of updates that brings it closer to study level. Not there yet, of course. I recommend the fly-by-wire version still. I think the fly-by-wire version will always be better than the default version. There's some updates with the primary flight display, with the FMC, with the ECAS and everything in between really. They've done a really smashing job. Most of this update, aside from VR, comprises of airliner fixes. I didn't expect personally airliners to be fixed as much as they have been in this update. I was kind of expecting that around Sim Update 3, but it's certainly a welcome addition. I should point out that it feels a lot smoother to play. There is less stutters, especially in the airliners, although not much of an FPS boost from my testing. So the negatives of this update would be the 747-8 crashing when I load it up. That is just odd. And of course, stability issues when you've got add-ons in your community file. That is a bit annoying, but quite understandable, because if they're not compatible, then well, they're not compatible. Positives of this update then, well, VR is a game changer. And it's not 100% optimised yet, and I haven't been able to test it out, so I guess I can't really comment. But just viewing the videos, it looks amazing, although it does eat away at your FPS. and the various navigation and flight model fixes with the airliners are a welcome addition. Certainly surprised me because we've got a massive list, you guys can read it down below. I've of course displayed and gone through some of them on the video today. Oh, and I should say they've decked out 12 iconic landmarks with Christmas lights, so go find them guys. I don't know where they are, I'll go take a look. So virtual reality and airliner fixes, it's been a pretty decent sim update. I hope you guys have enjoyed this update wrapped up video. If you guys would like me to do more, tell me in the description down below. I would of course love to do more, I really enjoy these types of videos. Thanks to all my captains as always. If you'd like to find out how to become a captain, go onto my Discord. The link is in the description. Have a Merry Christmas guys, it's Christmas here in the UK now, or it is in a couple of days. So no more videos from me for a couple of days of course. But have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year wherever you are. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, but from me today that is all, bye bye.